For anybody that's been watching my channel, you already know how we start this. You can say it right along with me. I woke up this morning and I was scrolling Twitter. Came across some crazy shit involving Sexyy Red, but I don't know that it's necessarily true. You got to be careful. Some people just see this shit and they immediately dive in like, I knew it. And it's crazy that people don't actually look for proof of something. They just see somebody say it on Twitter and they immediately believe it to be true. Now, I don't know if it's true. I also don't know if it's false. I know that it wouldn't matter because, first of all, I'm probably never going to be in a position to sleep with that woman anyway. But if I was, she's just not really my type. So I ain't really have to worry about it. Those of you out there that may have been in that box, though, you got to be careful. But this was the video clip that I came across.
Why you lying? Do all your know what's going on with you? Do you tell them you burn it, or do you lie to them like you did me? Or is you lying to them like you did me? Was you lying? Or did you lie to me? Did you lie? Did you tell them the truth? Or did you tell them the truth? When you gonna keep it gangster? Hey. And when you gonna keep it gangster? Who are you to lie to? When you gonna keep it gangster? You bitch. You did. That's what you did. You lied to me for 6 months and then you told me you had that shit. I hope you got AIDS. So if y'all don't know how HSV2 type 1 or 2 work, this how this shit go. You can't get rid of this shit. If you fuck somebody that got this shit while they having an outbreak, then you can contract it. But if you don't, you won't contract it. So for all my bitches that I put that dick on in the past or in the future, I don't got this shit and my paperwork coming up. Cause I could bust some paperwork. I ain't no faking. If I get on her and tell y'all that, y'all know I ain't gonna tell y'all no lies on my daughter. If I had this word on my chest. You talking about young boy got this, he ain't doing no faking. He ain't doing no faking on my daughter. But I'm gonna buck some new paperwork for y'all so y'all know this real deal. And I was trying to like put this together before I came and put it in y'all face like that, but I'm finna put this together for y'all. Just hold on, give me 1 second.
Now, if I'm keeping it 100 with you, I don't know exactly what she said in this video. I do have some pieces that I took from it, and I have a few different ways of spinning it, so we'll see what you guys think. But the fact that he's talking over her, and even if you turn it up really loud, it's hard to tell because he's 10 times louder than her. So when he talks over her, you can only hear portions in some of the words that she's saying. Now, in the beginning, it does sound like she says, I'm burning, and I can't tell if she's admitting it, which I don't actually think that's the case. I think that that's probably the least likely. I think she's either saying I'm burning as far as if you think I am, I'm gonna just say I am type shit because she's done with the conversation, or she's saying it in question format like, oh, I'm burning. I'm burning. It just feels like that's the context behind it. But then she goes on to say something like everybody burning. And it's hard to hear what she says prior to that because, again, he keeps talking over her. So it's like if you want to accuse somebody of something, when you say some shit to them on a phone call and you're recording it, you have to let them respond so we can actually hear the recording. But it sounded to me like she may have said something like, if I'm burning, then everybody's burning. I don't give a F, which doesn't mean that she actually has it. It's still kind of messed up if that's what she said, because it sounds like if she was, she don't care and she would just go out and give it to people. But it doesn't mean that she actually has it right now, if that makes sense. So I don't know if that's the case. I'm not trying to throw her under the bus because, again, I can't fully hear what she said, and I don't think it's fair without any proof to just put this on somebody. I do think that this is probably coming from a bad relationship ending, and he wants to try to expose her because who is he? Nobody really knows who he is as far as I know. He seems like some random ass dude, and that's probably who he is. And no offense, there's nothing wrong with that. But she's obviously making millions and millions of dollars. She's everywhere. And in a relationship, people break up. Sometimes people get a little bit salty, or they feel jealous of the fact or envious of the fact that the person that they were with is living this amazing life and they're going to go and chill with all these different people. And you're kind of stuck in the town or city that you're in, and you ain't messing with anybody at that caliber again. And I'm not meaning look-wise, like as far as her career and her work ethic and what she's done with her life, she's big time. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes that will rub people the wrong way when they leave that relationship. And if they can tear that person down, that's exactly what they're going to try to do. So there's a possibility that that's really where all this comes from. Now, she did tweet this. She said, y'all want to know why I don't care? 1, it's not true. 2, y'all believe anything on this app. And I can't confirm nor deny that first thing because it may not be true. It may be true. We need proof. You cannot just say some shit on the internet. But if you're on Twitter, apparently you can, because the second thing that she said is 100% accurate. People will literally buy into anything on Twitter, any narrative. Proof it's like it's not even a thing on Twitter. As long as you say some shit and you got a voice recording with her on it, it does not matter what was actually said or what the context behind it is. People are going to run with it and be like, oh my God, she did it. She has it. Now, she did say something to him like, I hope that you have AIDS, which is wild. But that's just, I feel like that's just bad relationship banter. Like they don't like each other anymore. They split for whatever reason. And she just throwing shade at him. And it's the fact that she said that, though, is what makes me lean towards her just leaning into the burning thing. Like, it doesn't mean that she actually is, but that's her just being like, yeah, I'm burning. I'm burning. Yep, I'm burning. Everybody get it. I don't give a F. I hope you got AIDS. Like, just kind of playing it up type of shit. So I don't know that that's actually proof of it. I think you would need an actual test or like a picture or something that shows that this is what she has. Otherwise, this is just some dude who's chatting on the internet because he's upset about the relationship and maybe whatever happened after the fact. I don't exactly know. Now, as far as the thumbnail that I put, I am probably going to put a picture of Sexyy Red and a picture of Sexyy Red hugging Gucci third leg because we just did a video not long ago about him actually having herpes. And I don't even know that they slept together. I'm not saying that they did, but it just kind of fits the narrative of her getting accused of this. And, you know, it'll bring some of you guys in here and I'm sure some of you are going to get mad about it and I'm going to get all sorts of comments and shit like that. And I'm probably going to get a lot of comments from the beginning of this video where I said that she's not my type. And of course, they're going to be like, well, she wouldn't sleep with you anyway. And she probably wouldn't. I'm probably not her type. I don't think that she'd want anything to do with me. And I'm okay with that. So I ain't got to worry about this. But you got to be careful out there. You never know who has what. And when it comes to this herpes shit, it's really tricky. Now, yes, you can live a full life. It's not like it's going to kill you young. You can even have a functional relationship with somebody as long as they are aware that you have it. And they're okay with the fact that there is going to be a potential risk. Now, usually if you do not have an outbreak, it's much less likely that you're going to spread it, especially if you have it under control with medication and you stay on top of things. You should be okay. But at the same time, there's always that possibility. You never really know. And so to me, I'm like, if you know someone has it, I say you just stay away. It sucks for them because they want to have a sexual relationship. They still want to have, you know, they want to have somebody. And a lot of people are going to avoid that person for that specific reason. And I do feel bad for those people. But at the same time, you got to watch your own back. I actually came across a situation like this at some point in my life where somebody that had it was open with me and said, hey, just want to let you know, I do have this. I take care of myself. I've not had an outbreak in this long. If I don't have one, it's not really that big of a deal. But I just want to let you know because I'm not trying to hide anything from anyone. And I just said, hey, that's cool. I'm glad that you let me know. We could be friends. That's it. Like friends, not like friends who hook up. It's not going to happen. I would never risk it. I just don't think that it's worth it. And I think that him coming out and saying this, it seems to me like it's less likely to be true and more likely that this is just a bad breakup that happened at some point along the line of their lives. I don't know when this was, but he's trying to throw this shade and make it go viral. And even if people don't think that she has it or they're not sure or there's no proof, any guy that goes forward to sleep with her is going to have this in their head now. Like, okay, yeah, I haven't seen proof, but how do I know that it's not possibly true? And am I willing to risk the fact that I may have it and then have it for the rest of my life and have to be open to people about it to sleep with her? Is it worth it? And I think that that will turn some people away from her, even if it isn't true, because they don't know for a fact. And it's not like easy to talk to somebody new and be like, hey, I need you to go through all of these hoops to prove it to me. Because at some point, they're just going to say it's not worth it. Now, again, if you don't have an outbreak, the tests most likely are going to show that you're negative for it, which isn't necessarily the truth. Now, there are some instances where it can show up because in some people, it does get into your bloodstream, so on and so forth, but we're talking like less than 50%. So the majority of people are not going to show positive unless there is an actual outbreak. And so if they have that outbreak, they can just avoid people until it's gone and then pretend like they don't have it. And that's where it becomes very tricky and it's hard to really determine is someone telling the truth or not, because they can show you a negative test, but they could just time when they actually go into the health department and get themselves tested so it doesn't look like they actually have something. It's a scary world out there, man. That's basically what it comes down to. But I just saw this on the Twitter feed. I didn't really know what else to talk about today, I'm gonna be honest. So that's why I brought this one up. But I appreciate you guys. Let me know what you thought down below, and I will catch you in the next one, homies.